Hi, this is Justice with Tablet Pro. I'm going to do a quick little overview. I got this about 3 weeks ago. This is the Viwoods AiPaper. It's a beautiful device, super thin. I'm not going to go into all the specs. There are a bunch of other reviews that will do that for you. I want to talk about this device and how it works for artwork and note-taking like in OneNote. So here I'm going to show you the native Note app, which is quite quick and lovely. So you have an idea what's going on here. We're going to add a new page, and I'm going to draw right here on the page. Let's see, set it down all the way. So the writing experience feels very easy. Almost too easy. Like it feels like a handwriting on paper, let's say that takes maybe 10 to 20% effort moving the stylus across the page. Here, this feels like a 5 to 10% effort. So it feels very, very, very nice and smooth. I think it could have a little bit more grit here in between the screen and the pen to make it a little bit more effort. But it feels very close to effortless handwriting. The lines are extremely clear and clean and look exactly like I would expect them to look. Here we're going to look at just a couple of these different tools here inside the Notes app, and then I'm going to show you real quickly the how this performs for actual drawing apps. This runs Android 13, and so it can do a lot. So here, let's see if you can see this. This is the pencil tool. This feels uh, as close as I have ever felt to pencil on a digital device. Some lag on my recording from the phone to the computer, but it is virtually lag free here, extremely responsive. Feels very nice. Okay, let's erase. It has a nice, precise eraser. You cannot pinch and zoom on the native app here. Okay, we can double tap here to delete these things. We can also change the experience here, like we could clear the layer. This way, we're not going to do that. Okay, let's jump into some of the stuff that I really like. I have Autodesk SketchBook installed. I have Clip Studio, Krita, a handful of other ones. I've been doing this little sketch. This is weird in the face area. There's like certain proportions that just do not look right. But what you can see here is that I can pinch in and out and zoom and draw. All right, what would help if we picked a color other than white? And this is actually very nice. Here, this is a soft eraser. Now, one thing I have reached out to Viwoods about is this seems to have trouble with the lowest or lightest grays. They just kind of disappear. So notice here, I'm using this blend tool and I'm blending out. You can see this would actually blend out further, but we only get this light shade right here. And then it handles the heavier shades just fine. The darker. I can put my palm on the screen, resize. This works really well. The pen tip compresses in. Not sure if you'll be able to see that. Yep, you can see it. So this is really light. And then if I push in, it keeps it from damaging the tip, and it also feels pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and delete that. One nice thing about SketchBook is you can go into full screen mode and you can switch back and forth between tools with double taps and gestures, and you can program all that. I highly recommend this app for those who are looking for something like this. Okay, let's exit here, grab the eraser, let's erase and make this much larger. So it's not going to be a extremely fast experience. You're not going to be using this the same way that you would use a Windows tablet or something that's dedicated for this. But the fact that you can sit outside um, and draw well, granted, I know this is not the best example of that, but you get the idea. Um, I keep moving the eyes, and they just every time I move them, it looks weird, but in a different weird way. Uh, no one really cares. The point is, you can do good quality artwork on this. And I like the restriction of grayscale. For art, it makes things simpler for me. There's less for me to think about, and I can practice drawing in a number of different places. And then I can save these. There's a file system on this computer. You can save it directly to your computer, like I have OneDrive set up here. All right, let's look at the apps I have installed. I have Autodesk SketchBook, Concepts, IBIS Paint X, Painter, PenUp, Krita, Metabang, Sketches, Clip Studio, Pinterest, a couple other ones. Now, at the moment, they do not support copying and pasting, so I can't open Pinterest, find an image I like, and copy it. So here, if I use the stylus, I can swipe in from the corner, and I can crop. So if I want, I can do like this. This will allow me to save it. It saves it to a specific spot. If I go back here, you can see it here in picking. If I handwrite on top of PDFs, like I have some different Bibles downloaded, if I write on here, save something, uh, another note, and then I just exit here, this is going to be saved over here to picking. Although this is still something I'm experimenting with. So I can't then take that image that I just saved, that I cropped. I can't take that then into Autodesk and paste it in there and use that reference. So that is a limitation. They may or may not be fixing it. Krita works quite well on here. It's pretty enjoyable to use. By the way, you can see the ghosting effect. This is really common on an e-ink device. This is Carta 1300, so it's one of the newer varieties here. Okay, let's do a new image, create. I have adjusted it so that the side button on the stylus allows me to switch between tools. This is really nice. One thing I'll mention is that this does not support touch and pen at the same time. So if I set this down, if I'm tapping here to switch tools and switch tools, those work fine. If the stylus is down, I can't press the button at the same time. The one cancels out the other action. But as you can see, it's pretty responsive. Okay, so let's look here, and I have this one as a blending tool. Now up here again, this area I believe would turn to a grayer, lighter gray, and instead it just disappears into white. That might not even be very visible from the camera here, but you'll have to take my word on it there. You can kind of see that. This should blend into a lighter gray still. There's still room to improve that. But the side button being functional is really cool. Here again, you can see I've got the ability to do a relatively low latency. And so sometimes I'm drawing and I feel like there's too much lag where it's not usable or enjoyable. Like you're looking to make your next line, and instead of making your next line, you're trying to remember where your last one was. This does not have that problem. It's actually fast enough that I feel like I can do what I'm wanting to do when I'm drawing. Okay, so that's Krita. By the way, I keep all the settings set at black, and then I just increase or decrease the opacity or the lightness, but usually I just keep it black and adjust opacity. Okay, now if I hold down here, this is going to give me the option of closing out other apps. I can just click on delete and it'll close everything. I have Microsoft Word and Outlook, a few other things here. Let's open up Clip Studio. These, I think, are the three main ones. I'm going to show you concepts as well. Okay, let's skip notifications. This does not connect with the Google Play Store yet, which means that some apps will not work because it requires a connection there. Okay, continuing. Doodle mode. Yes. Clip Studio is a fantastic app. So here you can see you can do quite a bit. Create some beautiful art. Again, you can do this in direct sunlight, fully lit. Battery life is fantastic. I have this set on the fastest mode, ultra fast mode. If you want to refresh, there's the refresh button. The line quality, let's talk about this for just a second. The line quality is perfect. It does and will have palm rejection issues. So most applications actually do a really good job of keeping this area clear in general or having a full screen mode option available. So here, if I'm just drawing, I feel like this line is 100% accurate to what I'm doing. It doesn't feel like there's any jitter at all. From what I understand, this uses a Wacom technology. I believe it's EMR. I have a few other stylists that are EMR, and so you can use other than just this one. I'm going to show you one other thing as well as concepts. All right, concepts. I think this is a very cool app for certain styles of artwork. Let's zoom out and let's move over here. Tap. We'll choose. It's not quite black, but let's make that darker. Opacity. Isn't that cool? Woo! Let's bring the opacity up. There we go. This is such a nice, clean experience. This is vector-based, not raster, so I can keep going in and it's just going to stay really sharp. So again, quite nice. Now, some of these apps are slightly less laggy than others, but like I mentioned, I think these are fast enough for you to use enjoyably. And I sent a message to Viwoods about creating a fake line. So there's a couple other tablets that I use, e-ink tablets that have a fake line in their settings. And what that'll do is that'll do a basically a line that disappears that goes just over the top of the UI while it's sending the information to the app underneath. And this just helps you track visually better because the latency that we see is really from pen to app, not pen to the ink layer of the screen, if that makes sense. So it's getting the data quickly, it's just not showing it fast enough. So anyway, there are some solutions that could make that part better. Let's do the one last part. Actually, I'm going to save OneNote for a follow-up video, and I will show you instead this little neat addition. I've seen this demonstrated poorly in the past, so I'm going to show you the easy way to do this. There is right inside of here a couple extra pen nibs. It's really cool. This just has a little spring load section here, and you can put the pen tip in it and pull straight out. This is really thoughtful, really nicely designed. In general, very happy with this device. They also have a mini one. The mini one has a backlight. The large one does not have a backlight, which means you're going to be using this all the same ways you would use a book or a piece of paper or pad and pencil. The other one, the mini one, does have a backlight. I think it's about 7 or so inches, so about the size you could presumably hold it in one hand all the way around the edges. My hands are not large enough to do that with this one. All right, you guys, what questions do you have on the Viwoods AiPaper? In the following videos, I'm going to be demonstrating the AI functionality. You can tell me about the Viwoods AiPaper specifications. Just press the button down here and it will convert and give you information here. And this is really nice. I'm going to talk more about that in a following video, as well as some AI functionality that they have with this device. So if you're interested in that type of information, go ahead and click subscribe, turn on your notifications, and comment on this video so that I know this is something that you want to learn more about. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, stay creative and have a wonderful day.